Yoruba. It means I rejoice in the Lord.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Because we do rejoice with the Lord. Okay.
Should I play some church music?
No, okay.
Alright, I don't have any organs right now.
Ah, darn.
So now, where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born here.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there.
Never been there?
Never been. One day, the only reason why I'd want to go is to see family members that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very different lifestyle over there. But, yeah, that's why I want to go. See my family that I've never met.
Alright. So, now where are you from, West?
I'm from California.
California. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 years, almost 5.
Okay, so how you like it?
It's real hot. It's hard to adjust to. It's dry climate is really, really hard to adjust to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was reading what you have written here on your Raw Artist Showcase. You say, I don't know enough about myself to say too much about who I am. So, maybe you wrote this a long time ago. You're like, what?
No, I wrote that about a month ago. And what I basically mean by that, every day I'm learning. Every day I change into a different person. Not psychologically. I'm not like a schizophrenic or anything.
Okay,
like that.
great. So just
But,
if you switch, just let me know.
Oh, no, you're speaking to someone else now. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like I learn something new about myself every day. So to say who I am right now could be a totally different person in the next experience that I make. So I'm not going to put myself in a box and say who I am. So that's kind of my philosophy on life.
That's great. That's great. And so you would say, I guess, your work speaks for itself, or people know about you.
Exactly.
So how long have you been a photographer?
Well, that's a funny story, I guess. I'll try to sum it up real quick. Right now I'm 36, and I came out here and basically got my first job ever. You know, I was living in LA. I lived in a hood area, so when you're in the hood, you do as a hood does. And when I came out here, I got a job as a dishwasher. I didn't like washing dishes, so I learned how to cook. And in the first 4 years, actually 3.5 years, I became a chef. And I got real stressed out at the job, so I went on eBay and bought a camera. And I was walking down Mill Ave. I took some pictures, and I put those pictures onto Facebook, and people responded to them positively. And ever since then, I caught like the photography bug. And just been posting pictures ever since. So in photography, it will be 2 years in February. It'll be 2 years. So, you know, I guess I've been doing it for 2 years strong now.
Well, I'm looking at your pictures that you have here. They're great.
Thank you.
You shoot commercial, editorial, runway. What are some, from all those experiences, what have you taken with you the most, or loved the most, I guess?
Well, with photography, it's basically a love affair between light and time. And what I mean by that is the perfect amount of light and the perfect amount of time will make a perfect rendition of a portrait. So that's kind of where I'm coming from.
All right, so that's very great.
Thank you.
So you had a dynamic view of your mind, is what you say on your website?
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because I'm not really too articulate. You know, I really can't speak as well as the next person. So what I try to do is explain who I am and my life through the photos that I take. And that's basically the gist of it. I feel like to explain me is just to look at the work that I do. So that's the reason why I choose to take the pictures that I take, because it's just a representation of who I am.
Okay, very good. So for both of you, what do you say it means to be this raw artist or a natural-born artist?
To be a natural-born artist. I mean, in and of itself, just the title itself, even apart from the organization Raw, being a natural-born artist, kind of like you were just saying, found something that you were good at, that you had no idea that existed prior to 2 years ago. And I can relate similar things. I feel like a lot of artists kind of feel like that. You discover something that you love, and that you just have a talent in doing, and so it's cool to be able to showcase the talents that we have to other people and kind of share that with the world. And right now, maybe more so local. But I guess that's what I think of when I think of a raw artist, somebody who just, naturally has some kind of talent that, has been given them, that they've discovered, and and the showcase just allows us to share that with others.
So when did you discover your talent, or do you remember like the first performance that you had?
I don't remember the first performance. I know I started singing in front of people when I was around 13 years old. Actually, I did choir in elementary school, but it was like with a whole bunch of other little kids. And I remember I actually wanted to quit because I was doing other things, and I felt like it took too much of my time. I was like in 4th grade. But then as I got older, I just had this desire. I wanted to sing so badly, like some of the singers I would hear. I wanted to do runs. And I kind of joke about it now because I remember I would sit in my house, sit in front of my dad. He bought this a stereo system. And it was really cool because back then it had so many different CD changers and whatnot. And I would play CDs and I would try to sing like the artist that I was listening to and do all the runs and curly shoes. I wanted to do that so bad. But my brothers might be like, shut up. Stop screaming. So, and I always say it's funny now because they'll admit, like, oh, it paid off.
So you evolved as an artist, like what Wes is saying, evolving every day.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then, what's next for you? What are you working on?
Right now, I'm in the city with my friend. He's my music director for all my stuff, and we meet every single week and just idea stage. So I want to have an EP out sometime next year, but right now we're just throwing out a whole bunch of ideas and where you go and just if I had a little sound in my head, I'll lay down the track, some lyrics, we'll lay it down and put music to it. And so we have a whole bunch of little pieces and snippets of ideas, and then later on we'll kind of go back to each one and work on it and hash it out. So yeah, I'm excited about.
All right, so how do people get in contact with you to stay up to date?
People can get in contact with me. I have a Facebook page, Westeal. They can also go to my website, which I think has all the social media icons on there, moyesolu.com. And then I guess for those that are listening, it's moyosolu.com.
All right. So what's up for you, Wes? What's coming up? Besides the showcase that you go.
Just a lot of passion projects. I want to try to do things that haven't been done yet, and I'm kind of basically challenged with that because with photography, I mean, people have cell phones that have cameras on there, so trying to go ahead of the curve is kind of a challenge, but I got some things in mind. But as far as like long-term goals, I really don't know. I'm just riding this until I find out where it goes. And that's really basically it. I don't have any true plans with it yet.
And you mentioned it's like, I guess anyone nowadays can take a picture.
Yeah.
Whatever. But what would you say they have to know?
You have to, for one, you have to have imagination. If you don't really have a creativity, you're not going to be able to come up with good concepts that aren't rehashed over and over again. And then before you have that, you must have the technical side too. Because like I was saying before, you can take a picture and have a good concept behind it, and it just comes out horribly because you don't know the technical side of photography. So it's more or less a science. But for me, I don't know all the technical jargon, so it's more of feeling, I guess, like Braille, this feeling with my hands to see if I can get the right combination of light, time, and aperture and things like that. I don't want to get too technical and lose some of the audience that don't know anything about photography, but that's basically,
All right.
that's
so
it.
How do we check out more of your work?
I have a Tumblr page. I mean, literally, you can go onto Google, and I found this out not too long ago. Pat myself on the back a little bit, but you can go on Google and type in Westeal photography, and I will come up. And when I seen that, I was so shocked and honored that a little irrelevant me, 2 years in photography, actually making a stamp on Google and didn't even try. So if you go there or just put .com behind Westeal-photography.com, you would see my website, and you would get a little tidbit of the things that I do every day.
All right.
Peace of my mind.
All right. Well, we are going to move into our hour 2, but I thank you both for being here and joining us and letting us know about your art, your talents, your passions, and we will wish you the best of luck for the showcase.
Thank you.
Hope to see one of you guys here because we will be doing further in-depth interviews of the winners. All right.
Hey, can I say hi to my son really quickly?
Sure.
He told me to. Hey, this is for DJ, the up-and-coming producer. He's going to do big things in a couple of years.
All right. Well, you got the right name for it.
I know.
Okay, then.
All right, thanks.
We'll be right back with more of The Bungalow Show.